Hello, everyone, and welcome to this new sessions of Coffee Break with us at Edify. My name is Vahid. I'm an applications and product expert specialized in tubing inspection solutions and technologies. We just saw a quick demo of TubePro 6 highlighting its key features and built-in tools to help inspection companies speed up report creation process for heat exchanger inspections. But today, we are going to take the deeper dive into TubePro 6 potential and capabilities for tubing reporting. Moving forward, I'm going to take you through the workflow and the essential tools required for identifying tubing defect progressions between different inspections. To bring this into an example and make it more sense to you, let's say you have the report data or inspections data for 2 different years. Using advanced analytical tools incorporated into the design of TubePro, you should be able to make tube-to-tube comparison to identify wall loss increase or defect progressions between the two inspections. This, of course, benefits both inspection companies and asset owners. For example, for inspection companies, this means generating a more insightful report and ultimately adding greater value to their clients. For asset owners, this is obviously going to be invaluable information for implementing smarter maintenance strategies and better decision making. All right, with this intro, let's switch over to the TubePro interface, where I will walk you through the key steps on how to transform historical data into a more meaningful information or visuals. But before starting, if you are new to TubePro and you would like to learn more about this software, I strongly invite you to watch our like demo tutorial, which is accessible on Edify Academy webpage. It covers all the steps, the principles that you would not need to know to start from scratch, to start from project creation to report generations. Going back to these presentations, like for today copy break, so we are in the front stage of TubePro. I've already opened a project that includes the default templates of TubePro reporting templates. The reporting elements that we have here, the template files, they can be all compiled together into one single document when we generate the final PDF report, and that will be really help us accelerate the tubing reporting process. By clicking on this icon, you will be able to navigate to the backend stage, which indeed serves as a centralized hub for you to adjust the parameters affecting whole projects. You have dedicated menus here, like for report variables, legends. If you are working with the new TubePro projects that comes with reporting templates, it already comes with a list of legends that for you that you can select for your project. These are indeed a set of color codes that can be assigned to your inspection data. Combined with your inspection data, they can transform the data values into more meaningful insight for you. And of course, you have the report variables, the default values, default groups. So you can just simply go if there's any new variable you want to add or make any other like adjustment, you can do it through the backend stage. I click on this icon, we can navigate to the front end stage. The first step in every project that you start, no matter if you are using the default reporting templates or not. So in the navigation, you have two sections, the inspection section and reporting section. The inspection section, the elements that you have for the inspection, like tube, sheet, 3D model inspection data, as they can be different from one project to another, by default, they are always like, these fields are like empty. Um, you have not much information there. You have to add these report elements there. But once you have these elements into your projects, they will be used to automatically populate all existing templates in the reporting sections. So you can use the generic tools for creating the final PDF report for your project. So to import a tube sheet map or to create it, if you have already captured field photo of your tube sheet from like front view, you can simply import it and use TubePro detection tools to automatically detect the tubes for you for the tube map, or you can use the manual drawing tools to draw the tube sheet map, or like this case, to save time, I already have the tube map file. So for the tube sheet that I'm going to use, like to showcase the TubePro feature for today, I will import it here. So this is the tube map file that I have. If I navigate to the 3D model, you will see that the tube map has been already added to the 3D model. So you will see the preliminary design of the 3D model. So if you want to make it align with the actual geometry of the heat exchanger you have the different tools here that you can make the necessary adjustment to align it with the actual shape. Then now if, for example, I click on drawings, you will see by just clicking, I have different drawings templates here. This is a default project. By clicking on refresh button here, the tube map will automatically populate all the existing drawings that I have. And so if there are anything that you need to make, so just do it. Okay, to fit it into the window. So we have now tube sheet, 3D model, the inspection data. Now the time is for us to import our inspection data table. So we need to add two different inspection data sets, and the purpose is for us, we want to calculate the wall loss percentage increase from the new inspections defect report to the old one. So for the existing one, I go here, click on inspection and properties. I will change let's say this is for 2020 year. So there are other fields that you can fill them out if you want. So the inspection name here is updated to 2020. So what I can do here, just import the data that corresponds to this year. This could be for me, in my case, is like magnify text file. So I import the defect report for this year. So has been already populated, all fields here. So for the second inspection, I will add a new inspection. Click on add new magnify inspection. So this is like name, it's appropriate name for me that corresponds to 2025. I add it here. So inspection name has been updated. This is a new field now. I'll go and add the defect report that corresponds to this year. So now we have two different inspection data sets, 2020 and 2025. So the next step, what we are going to do in order to quantify tube defect progressions, tube to tube comparison, I can click on any cells in the inspection spreadsheet here. So just beside the person column, I click on insert a new column here. I'm going to create a formula-based column. So I name it progression. The caption could be anything that you want to specify for the naming. So I leave it there. Click OK. OK. So the column is created. So in order for me to add the formula, I go there, click on formatting. This is changed to formula. OK, yeah. So the formula could be like open a square bracket. You will put the name of the most recent inspection data that you have. This case is going to, the name is 2025, exclamation mark. So here you put the name of the column that corresponds to what loss in your defect. In our case is the person column. I put its name. So I close the bracket, subtract it from the old report that I have. The same formula, the same format. I close it. So here you can toggle on this option, use max defect for inspection. If, for example, you have multiple entries or calls per tube, it gets the maximum defect per tube for the comparison purpose. Hit OK. So this is going to, because it has been already like the number, I will remove this. Or maybe I will add just another one. I forgot to add the formula initially. Progression. So I will add the version B. I will do it again from scratch. So okay, so the new progression column is here. All right, so you will see that we already have like defect progression in this column in the drawing. So what we need to do is like to create a new drawing page that can be used like to show this information like in drawing format. So you can simply, if you want to maintain the template, the consistency between different templates that you have, you can just click on one template and duplicate it. And if you want to, if you have already a template, you can add it, or if you want to create a new one, You can click on here and select the template that you want to add. I will start with a blank letter landscape template to just show how we can use the drawing tools from scratch. I go here on the layout, change the I will click on an edge. I will change some parameters to make it look nicer. Now I will add some to make it similar to what we saw initially, like in the beginning of the presentation. Add a line here on the style. You can adjust the parameters. I will lock it on along vertical. Change it with the 3 again. So going to be something like that. Well, we will add another line here. So this is going to be horizontal. Add it here. So yes, this is the other one we have here. And the last one to put here, just I'm taking it very simple. Now we have it there. All right, so for each block that we have here, I add the corresponding appropriate name here, going to be the 2D map of, and the inspection data result corresponds to 2025 inspection data report. This is going to be 2020 year. And here, finally, we will see what will be tubing defect progressions. Progressions, okay. Now, I'm going to drag and drop the 2D map for this here. I select that one, click on edit. You should make sure that each tube sheet or result table that you add, they have unique name and they are independent of each other. Otherwise, they will be linked together, and the inspection data that you select for one inspection for one tube map will be the same as the other one, like for the other year. So to avoid confusions and any issues, I give it appropriate name to it. And based on the list of legends that we already had, I showed it to you in the backend stage. I will select the generic for the defects one. TubePro offers that one to us, and select the inspection data that we have. I click OK. Just I will scale, resize it to fit it into the window here. Then for the defect table, I'm going to add a new result table. That's the combinations of the legends, inspection data. So this is going to be 2025. The legends good. So I have it here added. So I'm just going to resize it. And so yeah, we have it there a little bit smaller. Okay. The next one, I will do the same for the other inspections that we have. Going to name it 2020, and that is the front view of your tube sheet. So if you are any other things like for tube numbering, it's like the interface has been divided into different zones for tube numbering or any other settings. You can adjust them here. So, but for now, I will keep it as it is. Now we have the tube map for 2022, no, 2020. So I will add another result table. So So this is something that happens sometimes. Okay, so I have it working now. So the number of blocks to make it similar to the other. Okay, so now it's working. I'm resize it. I'm putting it there. Okay, the thing that is remaining for us is to bring the tube map or tube progressions. So I give it a name, the legend. We do not have a legend to select yet because we need to create a custom legend based on the column that we created, the progression column that we created. I will leave it as it is for now. The inspection data going to be the most recent one. Okay, but now let's just go back to the backstage and see how we can create a new legend. Here in the legend editor page, you can click on new if you want to click a new legend. Progression legend. So then you can add the legend items here with the tools that you have. I will add a new counter. So we'll give it like 0.2 bit for tubing defect that the legend progressions is between 0 to 20%. I will show it like this in the caption. I will add conditions to be met. I will just select the column that we created. So it's going to be greater than 0 and between smaller than 19 and 20%. I click on is less than. So then you can have the option to, for example, select the shape. Here I will select the circle shape to be filled with the color that we select, something like blue, light color. And so do you have two options here? Do you want to exclude from result table? No, we want to be in the result table, like other result tables that we have. And we want to calculate, if you want to calculate percentage based on the number of inspected tubes, not total of them tubes, you should enable this option. But that's okay for me. I'll keep it like this. So I've created the first legend elements. You can just click on this. For the second one, I just duplicate it, and double click, and you can change it to the parameters here, the values that we have. This should be quicker. 20 is going to be 30. Greater, and this is greater and or equal to. So the color could be something like gold or orange. Okay. I add this one. There are two more elements that I'm going to add. One is to show defect progressions between the T240 and the other one for 40% and greater, let's say. If there are other things that you want to add, other elements, you will have the options to do it. Just this is going to be faster, and something the color going to be like pink, red. So I add this one, and the last one that I'm going to create is 40 plus 40% plus. So I will remove this one, change it to 40, and add a color like the dark red. So I almost have like everything in the legends that I wanted to add. If yes, so go back to the front stage. Here we are in the front stage. So what I will do, I will quickly go and add inspection data there. I will create a new one, name progression. Here you will have the list of legends that you had. And this is going to be inspection data 2025 because we created the column in the most recent inspection data set. So we have it here. I add this one here. The legend's going to be there. So we'll go and adjust the legends here to change its name to progressions. So we have the information here. This is showing us the tubing defect progression between 2025 and 2020. If you want to add more insight into these informations, for example, you can add like a new chart. So I will create a new chart, let's say, for these progressions. So there are many parameters here in the shape that you want to select. This is going to progressions. You can select the legends table to align it with the data set that you have. So in the series properties for Y values, I'm going to select the progression legend that I just created. Select the elements that I want to show in the bar chart. I select them, and this is a bar chart. And then for X values, here you go. You have it there. And so just click on here. We will have it in our drawing page. All right, so yes, for this data set, so we will see like we have we have how we transform this information for two different data set into insight for asset owner or for our reporting. So we will see that for defects that the tubing defect or wall loss increase was more than was between 0 to 20%. We have like 40 tubes that corresponds to this specific criteria or condition that we just created. And so when you are happy with this one, you should note that this is a one-time to do. When you are having that, you can save this template for future use. You can save your project file or your project template through the backend stage. From save here, save it as a template for future use. And whenever you are starting a new project for your upcoming project, you can go to the project template section, you load your template file here, then you will be good to go. What we would need to do for your future project is just doing the normal workflow as you used to do, and TubePro will do the rest for you. I hope you enjoyed this coffee break. If you have any question, I'd be happy to answer any question you might have. All right, thank you very much. So if you have any question, again, I invite you to get in touch with me, and I look forward to getting your feedback on using TubePro, and have a great day.